In this video, we shall discuss how to apply the predictive HR analytics. You can download the dataset used here from the link given in the video. Underneath, you will see a description of various attributes in this dataset. So this dataset contains a variety of attributes such as the employee ID, which is a unique identifier for each employee, the age of the employee, the gender, the department, the job role, monthly income, the job level, that is the level of the job within the company, the total working years, years at company, years in current role, job satisfaction, which is basically a rating on the scale of 1 to 4, performance rating on the scale of 1 to 5, training time last year, work-life balance, overtime, and attrition. This variable measures whether the employee has left the company or not, and the measurement levels are yes or no. In order to apply the predictive HR analytics, we shall use a very famous technique called regression analysis. A regression analysis, by definition, is a set of statistical methods that is used to estimate the relation between a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. In this case, we will use the multiple regression analysis, a technique of predictive analytics, to predict the monthly income based on multiple variables, including total working years, years at company, and years in current role. Now, in order to perform the multiple regression analysis, I will once again access the data analysis button. And in the data analysis window, I will select the option of regression. Once I select the regression option, I will see another window called the regression. In this window, I need to provide certain information in order to perform the regression analysis. The first information I need to provide is the input Y range. The input Y range refers to the data values of your dependent variable. Here my dependent variable is the monthly income. So what I will do is that I will go into my data set and I will select the column of monthly income or all the values of monthly income. Then in the input X range, I need to provide data values of my independent variables. Here my independent variables are three. That is total working years, years at company, and years in current role. So I will select these three columns in my data set, and that will become my input X range. Then I will also be selecting some other options, some check boxes. The two check boxes that I will check, the first one is the labels and the other one is the confidence level. When I select the option, the checkbox of labels, that makes sure that in the results of the regression analysis, the proper names of the variable are shown. Here we can see the results of the regression analysis. So we have a couple of important values that we need to be aware of, and we need to know how to interpret them. So the two important values we need to be aware of is, first one is the R square and the second one is the adjusted R square. Normally we use the value of R square in the multiple regression analysis. So what the value of R square tells us? The value of R square tells us that based on the variables, the independent variables that we have selected, that we think that they affect the dependent variable. So R square tells us the percentage of variation that these independent variables can explain in the dependent variable, or in very simple words, the total effect or the total variability in the dependent variable, that is monthly income, that can be explained by the independent variable that we have selected. Right, this is what is explained by R square value. Here the R square value is 0.06. That means that 6% variability in the monthly income can be selected by the three independent variables that we have selected. Now this percentage, 6%, is quite low, and that indicates that we probably need to increase the number of independent variables in our analysis to get a better R square value. The next important value that we need to look for is basically the intercept. Intercept tells us the quantitative measure of the impact of the various independent variables can have on the dependent variables. So if we look at this information, so for example, the coefficient of the total working years is 20.7573. So in other words, if the total working years is increases by 1 unit, it causes a corresponding change of 20.7573 in the value of the monthly income. This is what the coefficient tells us. Another important thing is that besides the quantitative impact of these independent variables is the statistical significance of these independent variables, and this is established by the p-value. As a rule of thumb, an independent variable has a significant impact on the dependent variable only if the p-value of that particular independent variable is less than 0.05. Now here we can see that the p-value of none of the independent variables is less than 0.05. That simply means that none of the independent variable has any statistically significant impact on the dependent variable, that is monthly income.